Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 84.
Today we spent the first part of our day in the room here at All Star Sports working. We do have a couple projects we're trying to get done today, and we also have our big giveaway on the page. And we've got to get ready for that. We've got to post a couple more times about it in stories, remind everyone to get their entries in, and we have to set up the bot for picking the winner. So it is randomized. We don't actually just, pick our favorite person in the comments. So that way we would have it completely fair and random. We had to set up that whole system. So we got all that ready to go because tonight is our giveaway. Tonight is also a dinner with some friends of ours. We have an early-ish, for us especially, dinner at 5 o'clock at Whispering Canyon. And I am so excited. This is one of my favorite restaurants to go to on Disney property. And they've just introduced a brand new menu that has additional skillets. So they had the one skillet that was all you care to enjoy. It was amazing. I loved it. But they now have 3 additional skillets that they've added to the menu with different meats and things in them. So I'm very excited to be going with friends because we can try everything.
One of our favorite things about going to Whispering Canyon is the unlimited milkshakes. I mean, if you're going to go and you can get a drink that's unlimited milkshakes, not just one milkshake and that's your drink, it's unlimited, and you can change the flavor that you get too. So we started off, we let everyone know hey, you can get unlimited milkshakes. So pretty much everyone at the table got milkshakes, and so we were actually able to take a picture of all 4 flavors that we got: strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, caramel. Nice variety there, and definitely have to change up the flavors to try them all.
Oh yeah, I like to start with one, more like either the vanilla or the caramel, and then work my way to the strawberry, and then end it with the chocolate. So you kind of get sweeter as it goes along, more like dessert. I like having a vanilla shake to start things off though, or maybe the caramel, depends on my mood. But the unlimited milkshakes is a huge perk of this restaurant. Another thing they have here are the skillets that I mentioned that are unlimited. Of course, you can have as much as you'd like. They have the traditional skillet, which is what we normally get because it's all they had. But now that they've expanded the menu, we also have the pig, which is going to be different pork-based barbecue items. And they have the land and sea, which has some seafood as well as the regular meats and a few different vegetables on that one as well. And they have a plant-based vegan option. We did not have anybody with us at the table who was interested in the plant-based option, so we didn't try that one, but we did get the other 3 skillets. And there is a steak on this menu that is very good. It's a New York strip steak. It's one of my favorite things to do when we go there is to order the steak while other people at the table order the skillet. And so I have my steak, and I also get to kind of pick my favorites off the skillet and eat that too because it's unlimited and they can get as many refills as they want.
I got the land and sea, and I actually thought this one would be my favorite. Again, we normally get the traditional, so I wanted something different. This actually was not my favorite. It was okay. I wasn't actually thrilled with this one. My favorite ended up being the pig. I loved all the pork options that they had. I really enjoyed that one. So that one was actually my favorite. It even beat out the traditional, which we normally get. So that's the one I would get again. Now, one of the other great things about this restaurant is how family friendly it is. Of course, most Disney restaurants are anyway, but this one especially because of all the antics they have going on.
Yeah.
If you have never been to Whispering Canyon, this is so much fun. It's a great place. We normally take Robert's family because the younger ones love it. First and foremost, because every time you need ketchup, you have to all yell together, "We need ketchup!" And before you know it, whichever table was the last table to yell, "We need ketchup," has to bring every single ketchup bottle that they have at the table over to you. And that could be like 20 different bottles of ketchup.
Yep.
Do you need that many? No. Are you going to have that many on the table? Yes. And then it's your job as a table, the next time someone else yells, "We need ketchup," you have to take all of them and do the exact same thing and take them to their table. And it's just so much fun because it forces you to get up, have fun together, and just make a fool of yourself and laugh.
They also have a stick horse race around the restaurant, like literally running in a loop around the restaurant. Well, not running, walking quickly. You're not allowed to run. You can walk quickly with your horse. And all the kids get to take a stick horse and run around the restaurant there with the cast members. It's so much fun. And of course, there's a lot of other antics the servers have too. Like if you ask for a straw, they'll just take a big handful of straws out of their apron and throw them up in the air and let them scatter all over the table. It's just a lot of fun. It's a really lighthearted place to go, and the food is excellent. I was also not a fan of the Land and Sea, by the way. The salmon was pretty good, the smoked salmon, but I felt like all the other things besides the salmon, I would rather have just had the other skillets. So going back, I would either get the pig or the traditional myself as well. However, there were people at the table who preferred the Land and Sea. So again, it's going to come down to personal preference. Ultimately, the food there overall is just great. So I really don't think you can go wrong going there to eat.
Especially if you have a wide range of ages and want to have a memorable experience together. Again, great food, but also just those fun antics that just everyone can get involved with. We absolutely loved it, and that was one of the fun things that we got to hear when we were up in club level. We got to hear everyone yelling, "We need ketchup!" And that's just so much fun because we knew everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, and in club level, you're actually far enough away up on the top floor that it's not super loud and annoying. It's just kind of background noise. If it was, one floor above, I may not enjoy it as much hearing the craziness at Whispering Canyon, but being that far up there, it kind of drowns it out a little bit. Once we were all done with dinner, we went out of Whispering Canyon, walked down the stairs right there into the main lobby at Wilderness Lodge, and we set up on one of the couches there because it was time for our giveaway on Facebook. So we went live on Facebook and used the random name generator that they have there online, picking from our list of entries, and gave away the few prizes that we had that had been donated by one of our followers. And everyone loved the giveaway. It was a lot of fun to do that. We always love doing those giveaways. It's a lot of work to administrate one and set one up and then to go and ship everything out afterwards and all that, but it's a lot of fun to do.
It is.
And our friends just hung around while we were doing that live because it was only like 15 minutes to do that. And afterwards, they were loving seeing Wilderness Lodge. That this is really cool. They loved the theming and the atmosphere. And we said, hey, what if we took the boat over to Fort Wilderness and went to check out the Chippendales Campfire Sing-Along? Would you guys be interested? Because they've got some little kids and it could be a lot of fun. And they said, well, that sounds cool. How much does it cost? I was like, it's free.
Our favorite word.
That's our favorite word, absolutely. So they all said, yep, we'll do it. So we went out behind Wilderness Lodge to the lake there and got on the boat that runs to Fort Wilderness to go and see Chippendales Campfire Sing-Along.
Now, Robert and I had actually never been to Chippendales Campfire Sing-Along. It was a beautiful night, and we all decided that we should walk. If you have been to Chippendales Campfire Sing-Along, you are now laughing at the fact that we thought we should walk there. Because there's 12 of us, some very small children, and we opted to walk a pretty lengthy distance, and we regretted such decision afterwards once we realized how far this was going to be. The best option really is to take a bus if you have the option, because if it were just the two of us, it honestly would have been okay. But because we had such little kids with us, we felt really bad that we gave them the option to walk. We made it there during the actual sing-along part, which is just so much fun. Everyone's clapping and singing and having a great time. And of course, Chip and Dale are just walking around. They're talking to kids, taking pictures. It's just such a relaxed, fun, exciting atmosphere.
It really is. It's just a great activity, especially for free. That's one of the best ththings about it. They also have a campfire there where you can roast marshmallows, and this is a little bit different because they have 2 campfires, but they are not free. Most of the time at the resorts, the marshmallows are free and you pay for the s'mores. In this case, they only have the fire. You have to pay for the sticks and the marshmallows and the s'more stuff and everything else if you want to use it. So what we did was, instead of going to the food truck there, because there's a food truck that sells s'mores kits, you can get marshmallows and graham crackers and chocolate all together with a couple sticks for like $10. We stopped in the store on the way up to the campfire and picked up a big box of graham crackers and a big bag of marshmallows and a few chocolate bars there. So we paid just a couple dollars more, but we had like double the amount of s'mores materials there, and it worked because we had a very large group. So we all gathered around, and the kids loved roasting marshmallows and making s'mores. We all became a sticky, chocolatey, crackery mess. But that was part of the fun, right? That's part of the fun of making s'mores, is just the gooey mess everywhere. It was
shows
great.
That you enjoyed it. And I will say, one other benefit of going and buying the large bag at the store is, if you're an annual pass holder or DVC member, you get your discount there. You do not get a discount at the food truck. So that's your little tip for the day. If you do decide to go to Chippendales Campfire Sing-Along, go to the store, get the big bag, you'll have leftovers. And overall, it does cost less going there versus going to the food truck because you get more for the price. One thing we did have to go to the food truck for, though, were sticks so that we could roast the marshmallows. You can't use your hands. That's just how it is. So I don't know why they're so picky about that. But we did have to go buy some sticks. They weren't bad at all. So we went and bought some sticks and we all just had a good time with that.
Once the campfire sing-along was over and the campfires were starting to die down, it was time for the movie Under the Stars. And our friend said, you know what, it's getting kind of late. We've got to boat back to Wilderness Lodge and then drive from there. I think we're going to go ahead and head out. So they left and they decided to take an internal bus back this time instead of walking, which is probably what we should have done in the first place. But we decided to stay because we wanted to see what the movie was. We wanted to take pictures of the movie out there because they had this huge theater screen. It's amazing. They were playing The Mighty Ducks, which is just such a great movie. And of course, it's now on Disney Plus. But at the time, we didn't have Disney Plus to watch it. So we stayed and took some pictures and wound up sitting there and watching probably the first 20, 30 minutes of the movie because it's a good movie. And then we went and caught the boat back to Wilderness Lodge where we had parked as well. And on the boat, on the way back, across Bay Lake, we could see the fireworks for Happily Ever After. Beautiful fireworks back behind Contemporary and Bay Lake Tower, reflecting on the water. It was just great being on the boat and having that perfect view.
And we didn't even have to fight a crowd for it. It was awesome. And it was a really unique way to watch it because at this point, we had seen fireworks from the different resorts. We've seen it around the park, of course. But I don't think we had actually watched the fireworks from the boat. And so we got some really pretty pictures and it was a really wonderful way to end such a great evening. We had had so much fun with our friends, so much fun at Whispering Canyon, great food, really good time at Chippendale's Campfire Sing-Along. I love s'mores, so you know I had at least 2 of them. And so the ending with the fireworks was just perfect. We made our way back to Wilderness Lodge and got in our car and drove back to All Star Sports. And that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.